Assuming these entrepreneurs begin to emerge, or as they emerge, and they're going to be given between 5 to 10 million naira to start a business, you'll have to ask if they're truly equipped.
That's right.
To be able to run a business.
Yes. In 1990, 1991, I started publishing a magazine on entrepreneurship. And these were some of the things that, I was talking about. You give someone 10 million. Does he have the business acumen? Does he have the financial skills?
Do you think that's one of the things we'll be looking out for in this particular?
No, the thing is that they're focusing on, you see someone that has never managed 1,000 naira. Because personal finance management is the root to entrepreneurship. You cannot succeed as an entrepreneur, except of course you have this discipline, financial discipline. And what separates an entrepreneur from a trader out there is the financial discipline, management discipline. That's all. So a trader does not have that kind of financial discipline, except of course you're lucky to come from a good Igbo home, a good Ijabu home. These people are gifted to money management, which they don't even teach in schools. And then without you being able to manage your personal finance.
So you say it can be taught in schools?
Now it can be taught. They teach you economics, they teach you accounting, but these are not financial planning. These are not financial management.
So it's not tailored towards present circumstance.
No, it's only seminars and workshops and all that you get that.
Chamberlain, Chamberlain asked about agriculture, and in that particular, that first report we saw a young farmer there, a lady, and quite recently we were talking about the absence of Young Farmers Club, and even though you have people who are agricultural graduate, you don't get to see them do what they have studied in school. So how can the government, because now it's a whole, because sometimes it looks like we've been on this case before, like deja vu, we've always talked about this. Yeah. So I just hope that we won't be talking about this pretty much later in the future. How can we harness these young minds when they come out of schools so that we can have more food? Because as we speak now, they say, we're talking about insecurity, that the next thing to stare us in the face could be food insecurity, which if we had harnessed properly, we're talking of more jobs and more food in our stomach.
Let me give you this. The World Food Organization had a report in 2007 or 8 that very soon that Africa by 2050 will not be able to feed itself. Africa. And we know the food crisis that happened in 2008 globally. So more and more people are moving out. Let's take Ebonyi State, for instance. They are majorly farmers. Now, you see all these boys running around the streets selling. Over 90% of them are from Ebonyi State. Their parents were farmers. But the farm became unlucrative. Could not even put food on the table for them. They don't have access to education, even though the previous government provided a free education. But how can you learn on an empty stomach? So, to solve that problem, that was why I came up with that plan. Say, look, as you're encouraging farming, you guarantee that build industries that can make sure that these farms and access road that make sure that these products move from farm to, and they're sure that they're producing. In any serious nation, this is what is done.
Shed some light on the German example, because we understand that the way the banks function is that when you go for a loan, what they do, they look for the market for you.
Yes.
They tell you where it will sell. What you need to do is just go do your production. We'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
So that their funds is guaranteed that you can pay it back.
Yes. And that is the right thing to do. And you find that the banks don't even have the capacity to do that. And that was why at the Pan-African University, Enterprise Development Center was established to help build capacity. And that's part of this federal government job creation, capacity building is doing. There are some people being trained in the school right now, okay, in the jail program, growing enterprise leaders, is going on now. Because one, you need the skill to be able to know how to manage, to grow. And not that, because you need to do that.
But what happens when you come up with that knowledge?
You come up with that knowledge, and there's always an entrepreneur will tell you, finance, money issue. Now, That is where the major critical problem. Who is going to disburse this 50 billion? Okay, do they have, one is building a capacity, which is good. But again, if this money goes through the same channel, they don't have the capacity, they don't even understand where the market is. They don't even understand where the product is, what the product you're manufacturing. They don't even understand that you come up with some crazy ideas, and as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's a hallmark.
Yes, that is the hallmark of entrepreneurship, coming up with crazy ideas.
So,
and then, creating something that does not exist.
I was going to ask,
yes.
Do you think that we can have too many points of access to credit? Because, we seem to be focusing a lot on the fact that people do not, they're budding entrepreneurs out there, and a host of them just do not have access to credit. For instance, if I wanted money to start my business, chances are that if I get to a bank, I could be turned down. But it seems, how do you know that? You don't know that for sure. But it seems that there are a host of other government agencies. For instance, the Bank of Industry. There are a host of other, the banks too are also, some of them run promos that, just come to us with your business idea and we'll see you through. But, do you think we can have too many of them? For instance, now, this one for youth specifically, it seems, has been created. Are we duplicating?
In a way, well, we need to have...
Oh, yes, I remember another one. There's the Agric Fund as well. I also remember that the CBN governor pumped in some money into the Agric sector as well to try and boost agriculture. Billion, so it seems that there's a lush of funds, and it seems the money is still not coming around.
Yes. Now, the government will release this money, in quotes, but the people that are supposed to have access don't see it. How many farmers have benefited from all of this? And what happens? The people that don't even have an idea what to farm have access to the funds than actual farmers who will use this money to produce.
But can we have too many? Can we?
No, you see, the thing is that we need to organize the whole thing.
It needs to be a structure.
It used to be more structured. Right now, everybody is just doing their own and all that. And when you have released these monies, you have to provide means of it getting to the right people that are supposed to get to. And that's why we need to deepen. For instance, Bank of Industry should actually channel money to venture capital firms, to private equity firms, to the hedge fund firms. They should invest this money out of it. Then people that understand risk, they know how they can take risks themselves by releasing money to these people. And they stay there. They understand, they sit with you. For instance, when one of the transport companies went to borrow money to grow the business from one venture capital firm here in Lagos, then what they did was to place someone on the board of the company, and they gave them 300 million to buy new luxurious buses, and then manage that, help them in management. Because one thing is like, you need to build capacity of these people, that make sure that they have the financial discipline. You're there. But do the banks, do they have enough capacity to monitor these people, to sit down with them, to understand how business is run? Okay? But these venture capital firms understand how business is run. And that's why they have this money to help businesses. Within 5 years, they took this company, this bus transport company, public. That's their exit strategy. Okay. They made their money, and the bus company is growing. Okay? So these are the kind of things that we want to see happening.
So primarily, yes. Should we concentrate now primarily on manufacturing sector and agricultural sector?
Now, we need to have an industrial base.
Good.
Now, I said earlier, we need to develop our agricultural sectors to be a raw material base for other industries. We need to transit from, agrarian economy to industrial economy.
So right now we're what? Services, basically?
We're just, I don't even know what we are doing. Because right now we're not focusing on the industrializing the nation. Okay? The manufacturing part, we need to build that, a raw material base, so that if it means building companies like more petrochemical companies, For instance, we need to find how do we manufacture this product. We should take the Japanese example. We should get involved in how Hong Kong developed. Hong Kong before they joined China. Now, Hong Kong developed by, creative imitation. Whatever you want to manufacture, whatever material that comes out, you bring the material, dismantle it. How is it done? Improve on it. Do we have the base? That's what I'm talking about. Industrialization begins when you can manufacture the machines, the equipment that you need to process goods.
Which will
products.
in turn have a good effect on the naira,
exactly.
the economy.
You're saving, and also you're creating employment. We're creating the surface right now.
But
we're not creating the job because we have to get back to that. Until we get to that, we're wasting our time.
Even if one goes through the enterprise development program, it comes out as an entrepreneur with that mindset and capacity. He's going to go perhaps to get a license for his company. He will also have to go out there, other than access to funds, he's got to face the economic challenges. So how will he deal with all of those? Is he not going to be overwhelmed by all of this? Because he spends how many hours in traffic trying to get from one place to the other. He gets there. He applies maybe to register his company, maybe CAC, who knows, how long does it take, which points us to what does it take to do business in Nigeria? I mean, look at that chart.
Yes, the ease of doing business, Nigeria ranks almost the bottom, I think 138 or
37.
137, 138, and it's not good. Now, for you to incorporate a business, you have to, I know that some time ago I wanted to incorporate one business, a consulting thing, and they said that the only consultant they know is, are you an accountant? It's only when you're an accountant before they know that you're a consultant. I say, for crying out loud. You don't even, people that are supposed to do all this, they don't even understand. They need education. Okay? So, and you find that it's a whole bunch of things happening. So it's a myriad of problems that we have. The entrepreneur that set up a business acquires training, because at EDC, the university, they train only those who are already running a business. Some other NGOs train aspiring entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, for an aspiring entrepreneur, a whole lot. One, getting your idea accepted. Now, there's a young man that's running this program in the school right now. This growing leaders, enterprise leaders. Now, without government saying it, government is indirectly forcing a shift in demand of kerosene to gas, because kerosene will be more useful in the aviation fuel, and which is expensive right now, and you find kerosene scarcity and all that. And this young man has come up with, a new product, a new product that will use ethanol-based stove, cooking stove. And all he needs is a little thing. So he has built the model, he has built it, samples, all he needs is to take it, to launch it out, to commercialize it. And he is looking for somebody that will understand the business sense, the business out of this.
That's what you talk about, where the bank should identify some of these to move forward.
And the banks, they do so many things that they need to do that they don't even have the capacity and understanding to. All they need is credit analysis, and entrepreneurs, you need to take this risk, and they don't have the capacity to take the risk. So this young man with his project is stuck, and we're trying to figure out how to help him to commercialize this thing, and not just to commercialize it, to build a business around it. When you have a new product, you know what to do. Another thing is you have the business acumen to run it as a business.
Because that is key.
That is key. And you don't
crashing on your face.
Yes, you have to employ people that are skilled. Organize your company in such a way that you have structures here and there. And that's what we also help them to do.